talk. Let's say Quentin and I are going to talk about this, okay? And everybody's going to get a chance to share. But I want to give you a chance to think about it for a second, because you have to think about one. I'm going to ask, when you guys get a problem like that, I'm going to ask you for one. I want you to give a couple moments to think about it. First, think about what size of problem is it to you? Not in general where you think it's going to fit, but what does it mean to you? And then once you decide what type of problem it is, I want you to think of, how would I handle it? You know, what type of response am I going to give, or what type of solution can I think of, okay? And then I want you to share. Like, for example, Quentin, if somebody accidentally stepped on your foot or bumped into you, okay, think about it for a second. Tell me when you have an idea.
It would be somewhere between little and medium-sized problem.
Okay, why is that?
Well, like, if someone did bump into you, you would usually say, "Oh, excuse me," but some people treat it like, "Hey, you bumped into me."
Yeah.
That makes me mad.
Right. So say that happened. What would you do? What would be your response or your solution, or what response could you have?
Sorry, I'm just in a big hurry. I got a lot of stuff to do. I'm a little late.
Okay, what if somebody bumped into you?
I would say, "Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there."
You would just put it on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't see you there.
Okay. And you can say that jokingly or something that? Okay. And then you know what? I would share, in my role, I would share what I thought. I would be, well, you know, I would say something. Quentin, I agree with you. I think it's a medium-sized problem. It's something, if I got knocked in the hall, I would be like, whoa, hey. What would make the difference to me is if somebody turned to apologize and said, oh gosh, I'm so sorry. And then I think my solution would be, oh, okay, no problem. But if they just kind of mean and just kind of kept on walking, that would bother me a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that would bother me a little bit. So for a solution on that, man, I'd have to think about that. I mean, I don't think I would get mad and upset. It's just one of those things that I think I might just have to ignore. It's a medium-sized problem, but I just might have to ignore it just to go on, because I don't want to make a big deal out of it. I don't want to get into an argument with somebody. That's probably what I would do. Okay? So, what I'm going to have you guys do, I'm going to give you guys a turn to do this. And we're going to do this in a way where I want you guys to feel safe talking with each other and talking to me, meaning that I don't want you guys to judge each other, because like I said at the beginning, we've all had different experiences. And you have to respect that how one person feels about something is going to be a little different than how somebody else feels. Or you can say, I agree. That's great. Or, hey, well, for me, it's this way because why? And then you guys can talk about solutions. And you can disagree. That's okay. It's okay to disagree. Okay, and then we're going to move on. All right? So, guys, I'm going to, it all says the same thing. The first thing, you go, Adrian, is what the card says is, in the following situation, I want you to think before you speak. You're going to think if it's to that, it's a little, medium-sized, or big problem. If you're feeling sick, okay, we're going to hold on. We're going to think about it for just a few moments. Think about if you say you come to school and you're feeling sick. Okay? Think about what size of problem it is. Hold on one second, Ms. Haley. And then I want you to think how you would handle it. Okay? And before we talk together, I want you to talk to each other and share, because it's nice to hear what somebody else would do, because we all have different backgrounds on this. So, Quentin and Hadrian, could you each take a turn and share? And Nick and Haley, could you each take a turn and share for a moment? So Quentin, look over at Hadrian and let him know, and then Hadrian share.
If you were feeling sick, you would probably treat that like a medium or a big problem. Because if you are feeling sick, then that would be a bad thing for other people.
Something like that, I would just try not to move as much.
Following situation, little, medium size, or big problem, you are feeling sick, or be a good solution to the problem.
Just leave an aspirin and move on. First, how many times is there? still push me.
Well, I would treat that as like a big problem because it could infect other people.
Hang on one second, Quentin, I wanna know what Hadrian would do, okay?
If I was feeling sick, I wouldn't
You wouldn't wanna be around people? So how would you get away from people? What would be your response?
when I'm feeling sick, can you give me some space?
So you'd ask for some space?
Yep.
For some help? Okay, that's great. So what I wanna see is if you guys could all get up and put your card on a clip of what size problem that is for you. Okay, I just kinda wanna see where everybody falls and give you a chance to stand up and move a little bit. Let's put one up here. Perfect. Thanks, guys. Okay, and I agree. I heard what everybody said here, and I heard that sometimes if you're feeling sick, you can just kind of brush it off. Haley said maybe take an aspirin, move on. Nick said you just kind of deal with it the best way you can and move through your day. Push through it? Okay, so that's not a big deal to you. Hadrian says medium-sized, he'd want to be left alone, get some help. And Quentin says it's a big problem because you might make others sick. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? All of these are right. I totally agree, and I think it would depend on how sick you were. You know, people get different degrees of sickness, and when you're in class, sometimes you might be able to push through. Other times you might need to get some help, and other times you might not come to school at all because you think you might get others sick too. I think that's all great. I think you guys did a great job on that. All right, next one. All right, same situation except I want to switch you guys up because one other thing I want to work on is talking to different people. You doing okay? Yeah. Okay. I just want to work on you because it's really easy when you get used to talking to somebody and sharing with somebody. So I want to mix it up and have you talk to somebody else this time, okay? So if I have Quentin, can I have you come all the way around here and have everybody else move to your right? And we'll switch. So everybody's going to talk to somebody else. So we're going to keep moving and talking to different people, okay?
Okay.
Hey, Quentin, could you mind hopping up? And head all the way over here to where Miss Haley is. Awesome. Okay, guys, I have another situation. And we're going to do the same thing. When I say it, I want you to think for a couple moments, okay? About what type of problem it is and what would be your solution. And I'm going to give you a card to think about it. But the situation is that you don't have a pencil to use in class. You get to class, you don't have anything to write with, okay? Oh, wait, okay. Hold on, I handed this out a little. Let me go, Quentin. There we go. All right. You do not have a pencil. Hold on one second. Let's everybody give just a few seconds just to think about it. Okay. Here, Quentin, I'm going to scooch these over here so they don't bug you, okay? Does that sound cool?
Yeah.
All right. I don't want you to have to worry about those. Okay, so think about it for just a few moments. Think about how you might handle that situation. Right? Does anybody need any more time? Are you good, Hadrian?
Yeah.
You're good? Okay. All right. Now we're going to do the same thing. I want you to turn to the person next to you. Nick, you'll talk to Hadrian. Haley, you'll talk to Quentin. And I want you to share first if this is a little, medium-sized, or big problem, maybe why, and what your solution is.
I would treat this like a medium.
Following situation, little medium.
You would miss out on a lot
I
of
don't have a
important
pencil to use in
information.
class. Would it be
And
great?
it would be
Be a good
really
solution to
tough.
the problem?
I need to prove this as well. It wouldn't bother me very much. I would just try to get as much information as possible and try to remember it all.
So is it medium
And
or
then
small?
the next time I get a pencil, write down what I remember. And then possibly go to after school and get it all read.
Medium. I mean not medium. Small.
Okay. All right. All right, you guys want to go put that where you think where it belongs for you. And you you guys can put that on top of the other ones too. That's okay. Okay, that's awesome, thank you. All right, from looking up here, I see, for you guys, most of you saw it as a pretty small problem, right? Quinn, you thought it was kind of a medium problem?
Yeah.
And that's okay, everybody's right, because it depends on your past experience. Why'd you think it was a small problem, Haley?
I didn't really have a problem with it because I was just trying to remember as much information as I could from my class. And next time I get a pencil, write it down.
Okay, so you just try to remember it, and you would.
Then after school, get the right information and start working on it again.
Okay, Nick, why'd you think it was a small problem?
Well, because I would usually either ask the teacher if they have a spare pencil or somebody with a pencil bag if they have a spare pencil. And if neither of those work, I'll ask if I can go to my locker and get a pencil.
Okay, Hadrian? To the same type of solution, you agree? Okay, and Quentin, you thought it was a medium problem. What would you, if you didn't come in with a pencil, what would your solution be?
Well, first, I would have to go back real quickly and get one before I miss any important information.
Okay, so you'd make sure you would just go get one.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, and I agree with all of that, definitely. I know teachers mostly have one available or will let you go get one. So Ms. Haley, I always want to make sure that you get the information in class, okay? So I think some of these guys came up with good solutions, you think? Maybe not bad. Okay. So maybe some suggestions on things to do, okay? All right. Now, let me see.
Shuffle up again?
Shuffle up. Oh, shuffle up again. Shuffle up again. Hadrian, you want to spin around? We'll shuffle up again.
Wait, so then I'll be talking to Haley. So shouldn't me and Hadrian swap? So Hadrian can talk to Haley and I can talk to Quentin.
That would work. Hey, you know what? Guess what? I just had a problem, and Nick found my problem, right? That's what we're doing here. Okay, did you find a solution? Do you guys agree with his solution?
Yes.
Okay. Right. I ran into a problem. Nick, let's do. So what you and Hadrian are gonna swap? Okay, so we can talk to somebody else. I'll go with that. That's right, guys. That's our theme of the day, right?
Yeah. Right.
And you know what? For a second, when I thought about that, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I miscalculated my move. But then you know what? Nick came up with a really easy solution. So what type of problem was that for me? Small? What do you think, Hadrian?
Small.
Small?
Possibly medium.
Medium? Quentin? What type of problem do you think that was?
Small.
Small. It was pretty small. For a minute, I had that moment. But Nick had a good solution, so now it's small. All right, we're good. So let's just move on. All right, now we are going to have the next one, and I'm going to let you know what it is. And then same thing, I want you to think about it. Small, medium, or big. And then how you would solve it. We're going to think before we talk. All right. Cool. That's awesome.
That's weird.
Okay.
That's weird. I experienced this problem.
Did you? Well, let me read it. Okay. You look out the window and you see a brush fire. Let's say you're just sitting there in class. We have all kinds of trees, grass, and you know, we live in an area where there's a big possibility for a brush fire at times,
That
right?
happened last week.
Okay.
And it wasn't very big.
Yeah.
Just a
But let's say you're just sitting there, either at home or at school, and you look out the window and you see a brush fire. Think about it. What type of problem? What will you do? Think about it for a second. Get an idea in your head. Good. Good, Nick? Hadrian? Okay. All right. I want you to go ahead and turn to the person you haven't spoke with and share what type of problem you think it is. What we're gonna do about it.
you can go first. I think I
First,
treat it as like
um,
between